Hey team, welcome back to my channel. Today we have an energy boost workout. All right team, I'm gonna use 2 soup cans as light weights in this workout. You can also use 2 soup cans, you can rock it body weight, get 2 light dumbbells, 2 water bottles, whatever you have lying around the house. And at the end of this workout, I'm gonna show you guys some pictures from my Kauai Half Marathon. It was awesome. All right team, other than that, you don't need any equipment, just your mat and your water bottle. Let's get ready to rock. All right, team, we're gonna start just a simple warm up. We're gonna start with some butt kickers. So just pull one heel up towards the booty, get the arms moving with it, and then pull the other foot up towards the booty. Alternating sides right here, team. Beautiful. We do need everything warm today. It's a full body workout. Energy boost, we're gonna get everything sweating. We're gonna get moving. Beautiful, team. So I finished my half marathon. Woo! It was amazing. The Kauai Half Marathon is just, I mean, that's just one for the books. It was just phenomenal. Good, team. So this is my first time that I had somebody even want to run a half marathon with me. So that was awesome in itself. Perfect. When it comes to some cherry pickers, so go ahead and take the feet nice and wide right here. You might remember these from junior high gym class days, but you're gonna go ahead and hinge at the hips, get a nice stretch in the hamstrings, reach for the ground, tap the ground once, reach a little further back 2, reach a little further back 3, come up, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. All right, team. If you can't touch the ground, don't worry about it, just give it that intention and don't move so fast that you incidentally give yourself whiplash. Good, take your time here. Yeah, so this is my first time running one with a friend, and it was just amazing. I stayed with her for the first like 4 miles, and she had to stop and go to the bathroom. And if you've ever ran like really long distance, good, so just go with a couple more here. Beautiful, one more. Perfect, go ahead and come on up. We're gonna come to some hand to knee marches. So go ahead and bring the feet back together right here. We're just gonna march, bring the left knee up, bring that right hand towards it, touch it, back down, then bring the right knee up, left hand taps it, back down. Alternating sides right here, team. Good. It can be hard to stop and start. Sorry, there's a helicopter going. I'm sorry, team, it'll pass. It can be hard to stop and start because when you stop is when you start to stiffen. And so when she went to the bathroom, I stopped for a bit and I could feel my feet and everything starting to be like, oh, okay, that's it, we're done, cool, you know, cool down mode. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going and I'll just go slow so that you can catch up to me. And she said, all right. And so I kind of did this walk jog thing up until like between miles 8 and 9, which then it goes like, the course goes downhill and it's hard to kind of press the brakes, / it could be bad on your knees when you press the brakes when you're going downhill. Perfect, team. Take it from the top. We'll come right back into those butt kickers, get the arms pumping with it, opening up that chest. Yeah, it can be a little harsh on your knees to do that. You kind of just want to, when you're running downhill, you just kind of want to let your momentum take you. And so between miles 8 and 9, I caught on. I was like, she's not trying to catch up to me. She is just running her own race and enjoying it. So I did the same, and at that point, I turned the gas on and ran at what's comfortable for my body. Good, team. Which I'm a little bit faster than her. You know, and I had said like, oh, I'm happy to slow down, which I was happy to slow down with her. Good, team. Perfect, go ahead and come right back into those cherry pickers, feet nice and wide. Because I wanted to take in the scenery, which I did anyways, even on my own. You know, I stopped and as you'll see, I have pictures of like the entire course. So I did stop and take pictures. I stopped and took videos because Kauai is just gorgeous. And this wasn't a half that I wanted to like really race. This is a course, just so you guys know, if you are a runner, that you are most likely not gonna hit your PR on. It's hot, it's humid, and it's pretty hilly. Good, team. So it's one that you just kind of enjoy movement, enjoy the fact that you trained for this, you worked hard for it. Enjoy the course and take in the scenery because Kauai is just gorgeous. It's breathtaking. Good, team. Let's go with one more here. Perfect. We'll come right back into those hands up marches. Beautiful, team. And so, yeah, then I poured on the speed a bit, got to the finish line. I was just all smiles. You know, they have little photographers throughout the course and like every picture of me is like just this big cheesy grin. I was just so happy to be there. Good, team. And then I waited for my friend so I could cheer for her across the finish line. Friend / also a client, so I actually trained her to do her first half marathon. Good, team. So it was just like, just so happy for that she enjoyed it and to watch her cross the finish line after all her hard work. Good, team. Beautiful. Go ahead and take the feet into your natural squat stance. We're gonna come to 15 overhead squats. So we'll go ahead and come down and bring the arms up overhead. Good, and if you're anything like me, those legs are tight. Good, team. Set it back, so don't worry about getting super low in the squat. Just get a little bit lower with each rep. Good. I'm gonna do 15, but you can go at your own pace here. Good, so you might hit more or less than me. Good. I think I need at least 15 just to get these hips going. Good. So I made the mistake of, I didn't lift the week of the half marathon. I took it easy to come in on nice fresh legs. And then I took a full week off from all workouts the week after my half marathon. So I haven't lifted in 2 weeks, and I went and lifted really heavy yesterday as if I didn't just take a break. And I am paying the price today. I'm so sore. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and bring the feet together right here and come into a forward fold. Hinge at the hips, reaching for the ground right here. Nice generous bend in the knees as you bring the palms down to the ground and step the feet back into plank, and then go ahead and lower the knees onto all fours right here. So you're in cat-cow. So you're on all fours. You're gonna come into a cat-cow stretch. So big arch in the back. Look forward. Good, and curve belly button to spine. Wiggle it out, get a little weird, finding your tight spots. Beautiful, team. Big arch. And curve. Good, arch. I can't even tell if it's a helicopter or a plane. It's just loud. It's a helicopter. Curve. We'll go one more each. Big arch. And curve. Perfect. You can go ahead and come to a neutral spine and curl those toes under and peel the hips up nice and high into your down dog. Take a moment here to pedal up the feet. Shake off your fluff. Then when you're ready, go ahead and take the left foot and step it forward into your runner's lunge. Find your footing, then go ahead and drop that back knee, uncurl the back toes, and take a big beach ball up and overhead. Get this right hip flexor tucked up underneath you. Pull the left hip crease back. Beautiful, team. You're gonna alternate between this hip flexor stretch and raining the palms down and straightening up through that front leg into runner's hamstring. Good. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring, hip flexor. Good, runner's hamstring, hip flexor, runner's hamstring, and one more each. Hip flexor and runner's hamstring. Good, this time come up into hip flexor, then take the right hand forward and the left arm back. Big open twist to the left. Good. And when you're ready, go ahead and come back to center right here. Plant the palms, curl those back toes back under, lift the back knee, and step the left foot back to meet the right. Shake it off right here. We'll do the same little dance on the opposite side. So go ahead and step just the right foot up, find your footing, and go ahead and drop that back knee right here. Uncurl the back toes and take that big beach ball up and overhead. Beautiful, team. This time get the left hip crease tucked up underneath you, pull the right hip crease back. Beautiful. And then rain it down, straighten out through that front leg, runner's hamstring. Good, hip flexor, runner's hamstring, hip flexor, runner's hamstring, hip flexor, runner's hamstring, one more each, hip flexor, and runner's hamstring. Good, this time go ahead and come into that hip flexor, take the left hand forward and the right hand back, big open twist to the right this time. Beautiful, team. Good. Good, when you're ready, go ahead and bring both palms back down to center, curl the back toes back under, lift up that back knee, and take the right foot back to meet the left. Last little shake off right here, shake off your fluff. You can see my curl getting caught in my shirt. Good, team, when you're ready, take a nice walk up towards your hands right here, meet your breaking point, roll it up, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our first circuit. All right, team, so coming into our first circuit, go ahead and grab both your soup cans right here and come into your natural squat stance. We're gonna come to a squat, reach down to an overhead press. So it looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and squat down. I'm gonna take my right hand, reach it towards my left toe, come up, press up overhead, come back down, left hand goes towards the right toe, come up, press up overhead. All right, team, 30 seconds, alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good. And side note, this has nothing to do with anything, but there are, if I go down the coast a bit here, I can see 2 seals hanging out. Good, team. They're so cute. They're like sunbathing. Beautiful. Good. So, Kauai trip, just uncomparable. The best half marathon I've ever done. And, you know, it's my first time having a friend even want to do it with me. Perfect team, shake it up. Go ahead and drop just one of your soup cans right here as we come into a reverse lunge to a swing. So I'm gonna go ahead and shift my way over towards my left toe right here. As I reverse lunge back with the right, I'm gonna come up, swing it up. So use this hip right here, use your glutes to swing this forward as you come up off that lunge. 30 seconds staying on the same side, team, then we'll switch sides when you're ready. Let's work. Thank you, Cloud, because it's hot. Beautiful, team. Good. And if you have sensitive knees, don't worry about getting super low. Good, it's okay to lunge up nice and high. Good, team. So like the first half of this race is all uphill, and the second half is more or less downhill. Good, team. And it's like you watch the sunrise. Perfect, team, shake it off, same thing, opposite side. So go ahead and switch your can over towards the right foot. You're gonna lunge back with the left. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. So you watch the sunrise, which is beautiful, and you're in the middle of kind of these smaller trees that have like orange and yellow flowers on them. Good, team. And that's where you start. And you're going uphill, but it's a gradual uphill. It doesn't bother you too much. And then you start to get into greenery, and there's like a mile that the whole thing is just uphill. It's like mile 5 is completely uphill. Perfect, team, shake it off. Go ahead and drop your soup can and come towards one side of your mat or towel. As we're gonna come to a lateral shuffle to a hip swivel. So it looks like this. I'm gonna do a little side hop over right here, squat it down. I'm gonna take this inner hip, swivel to the outside, hop back down, shuffle back, swivel opposite side. All right, team, 30 seconds alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good, beautiful. So then after you go straight uphill for a mile, the next mile is what's called the tunnel of trees, and it's glorious. And there's just giant trees on both sides of the road. You're like completely shaded. It's just like, you know, and they block off the entire freeway. There's nobody on it, it's just runners. Good, team. Beautiful. Perfect, team. Shake it off. We're gonna come to a bear hold soup can slide. So go ahead and bring the can over towards the left side of your hands right here and come onto all fours. Curl those toes under and hover the knees right here. Now from here, I'm gonna take my right hand, grab the soup can, slide it across, plant back down. Take the left hand, grab the soup can, slide it back. All right, team, 30 seconds alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good. So then you're in the tunnel of trees, and there's like photographers, and it's just, I was just all smiles. And then you exit the tunnel of trees and you turn up the road and you're about to go downhill, and then all you have is like this mountain line view. So if you ever looked at pictures of Kauai's coastline, it's like these wrinkly mountain shapes. Good, team. And so you're looking at this line of mountains as you turn down the road. Good, team. Beautiful. And then when you finish, you have an ocean view finish. Perfect, team. Go ahead and drop your can. Come on up. We're gonna go ahead and take that circuit from the top. So go ahead and grab both soup cans as you come back to that squat tap down to an overhead press. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. Good, team. Yeah, so then you finish, you run like the last mile on the ocean. And there's drummers at mile 11 that are just like, they're just trying to bring you home. They're real loud, you know? And it's like, you're almost there, and then you turn and go up this hill and you finish on the ocean. There's hula dancers at every water stop. Good, team. And then the locals really make this race just special. Perfect, team. Beautiful. Go ahead and drop just one soup can, come towards the front of your mat or towel. I have the weight in my left hand here. I'm gonna go ahead and plant the left foot as I lunge back with the right. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. And so the locals, it's like you run through some neighborhoods, and the ones that have like houses along there, like you just really feel that aloha spirit in Kauai. Everybody is ohana. So like there was like a kid that had a sign that said, "Go random stranger, go." So it's like whether they know somebody in the race or not, they're there to cheer you on. Good, team. Perfect. Beautiful. Go ahead and switch hands right here and switch feet. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Beautiful. And so, in addition to the water stop every 2 miles, there was locals that you ran by their house would set up tents, and we're also handing out water bottles. Good, team. which was greatly appreciated. I personally stopped at every single water stop. It's interesting, you know, coming from Washington, you know, I train here, but coming from Washington, I remember when I first got here. Perfect team, go ahead and drop your soup can. Go ahead and come towards one side of your mat or towel. We'll come right back into that lateral shuffle to a hip swivel. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. And I remember being able to run like, you know, 5-6 miles without a water break. Here, can't do that. So I've actually practiced what I knew I was gonna experience on the race. And I would run by my car and get water every 2 to 3 miles. Good, team. And that's how it was on the course, which was great. It was actually more frequently than what I practiced. But yeah, here, if you do that, you can get signs of heat exhaustion. Perfect team, shake it off. Go ahead and come down onto all fours right here. Get one soup can over to one side. We got 30 seconds on the clock, team. Cover those knees, let's work. Good. Yeah, I had symptoms of heat exhaustion and very quickly caught on, like, you need more water breaks than that. And not only that, you need electrolytes. Good, so they had Powerade. And I was like, awesome. Get yourself some electrolytes every couple miles. You need it, even if you think you don't need it. If you wanna run in Hawaii, I suggest you take it anyways, because you might not need it right now, but maybe in 2 miles, you're on the brink of exhaustion and now you're kind of playing catch up with. Perfect team, go ahead and drop, shake it off. Let me finish my sentence. You're gonna play catch up with heat exhaustion for the rest of the course. All right, team, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our second circuit. All right, team, so coming into our second circuit, go ahead and get a hold of both soup cans right here. Put the feet about hip width apart right here. Slide bend the knees. You're gonna alternate between a deadlift to a front squat. So it looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and let both weights hang right here. I'm gonna deadlift, hinging at the hips, get that nice flat back position. Pull from your glutes and hamstrings, stand it back up, bring the soup cans up to the shoulders, front squat. Deadlift, front squat. All right, team, we got 30 seconds alternating right here, team. Let's work. Beautiful, good. So fun fact, I just recorded this entire workout and then went, because I don't have a camera person, it's a one-woman show, went and looked, and my camera had overheated on like exercise too. So I'm having to refilm this entire workout, so I am pouring sweat. Beautiful team, good. Beautiful. Good team, nice strong bodies. I am going to feast after this. Perfect team. We're gonna go ahead and come into some wood choppers. So go ahead and take the feet nice and wide right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take both soup cans. I'm gonna pivot them down towards my right foot right here, and then bring them up over the left shoulder. Get this nice hip moving with it, get that momentum going. All right, team, use your core right here. 30 seconds staying on the same side, and we'll switch sides. And you're ready, team? Let's work. Bring it down, swing it up. Beautiful. Good, team. Like you're chopping down a branch. Get it, good, team. Beautiful. So aside from the race, we went on a snorkeling tour up the Nepali coast, which is the west coast of Kauai. If you've never been there, highly suggest it. You can't drive it. You can get there by boat or by plane. Perfect, team, same thing, opposite side. Go ahead and bring them down towards the left and then up over the right shoulder. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Beautiful. So yeah, that one way to see it is up using the boats, and it was awesome. So I don't remember this, but apparently the first time I went to Kauai as a kid with my family, they tried to do the exact same tour that I just did, and they said that the waters, we went on like New Year's, and they said that the water was too rough. So pro tip, guys, the waves are biggest here in wintertime. So if you want to go on this tour, perfect, team, shake it off. Go ahead and drop both soup cans as we're going to crank that heart rate up as we come into some high knees. You can keep it nice and low impact if you want and come into marches, or you can crank it up a notch and really go for it. All right, team, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Meet your appropriate edge for today. Let's work. So, you know, we went, and it's September, so kind of that midway, not that summer rush and heat, but not the giant winter waves. And got to see everything, and they take you through a bunch of sea caves. Good, team. And the sea caves are awesome. So we went on a smaller boat. We hadn't signed up for it, but the big boat was full. And so they put us on a smaller 12-passenger boat, which ended up working out in our favor. Perfect team, shake it off. Go ahead and grab both soup cans right here as we come into some alternating bent over rows. So go ahead and put the feet about hip width apart, hinging at the hips right here. And go ahead and bring one can up, drop it down, then the other can up, drop it down. All right, team, 30 seconds on alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good, back nice and straight. Engage those back muscles, those hard to reach back muscles. Good, team. So anyways, the smaller boats, pro tip, smaller boats can fit into the caves, big boats can't. Good, team. So we got to see some things that the big boats couldn't do. Beautiful, team, which was awesome. We saw probably like 40 dolphins. They were incredible, just beautiful, such graceful creatures. Perfect, team, take it from the top. We'll come right back into that alternating deadlift to front squat. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. So they were saying, so it was spinner dolphins, so they jump up and they look like ballerinas, they twirl in the air. And they were saying that because there's so many babies right now, so the little baby dolphins, they would jump out. They would jump out and twirl around. And because they have so many babies, they said they made like a little nursery. So all the adults are hanging out by them for protection. So they were just all up in this one spot. And it was before we even got to a cave or anything. You just see all these glorious dolphins. Perfect, team, shake it off. Go ahead and take the feet nice and wide. We'll come right back into those wood choppers. 30 seconds on one side, team. Let's work. Beautiful. Use your core, pivot that hip. Good. Yeah, so we saw so many dolphins, and then we saw sea turtles. Of course, the Honu went into sea caves, and then we went snorkeling. So they can't actually drop you off. It's illegal to take you snorkeling by the dolphins, so you respect their space. That's their nursery, and they're trying to protect their babies. Don't scare them. Perfect, team, same thing, opposite side. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Beautiful, team. Good. So we had an awesome tour guide that respects all those boundaries. Good, team. I saw baby while snorkeling. I saw baby swordfishies. Good, team. Also, pro tip: if you are like me and you get motion sickness, take something. You can get a prescription level patch, and you just put it behind your ear before you go on these ocean adventures, which is what we did. Perfect, team. Go ahead and drop both soup cans. We'll come right back into those 30 seconds of high knees. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. Beautiful, team. Getting that heart rate up. Good. I'm trying to make it so my shorts always fall down when when I do these. I'm like, all right, stay in place. Beautiful, team. Good. So anyways, yeah, put something on you for motion sickness, and then you're good to go. I felt a little bit queasy, and so when we got to the snorkel spot, they actually let me get in the water ASAP. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and grab both soup cans. We'll come right back into those alternating bent over rows. Go ahead and put the feet about hip width apart right here, hinging at the hips. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. Engage those back muscles. So they let me get in the water immediately, and I just kind of hung on to the boat, waiting for everybody else, which felt so much better. Good, team. Beautiful. And then we snorkeled, and then I was good to go on the trip back. It's always when the boat holds still and you're just at mercy of the waves, that's when you start to get sick. Good, team. If the boat's in motion, you're typically okay. Beautiful, team. Perfect. Go ahead and drop both cans, shake it off, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into a cool down. All right, team, so coming into a cool down, we're gonna go ahead and start with a quad stretch. So go ahead and shift your weight over towards your right foot, bring your left ankle up behind you, get a hold of it with your left hand and flip it back. If you need to hold onto a wall or something for stability, you can, but stare at something stable that may or may not be me, no promises. So I would suggest a wall. I'll cue you in to switch. Beautiful, team. Wall, floor, something like that. Beautiful. So snorkeling, amazing. Nepali coast, amazing. Then we went to a luau because it was my friend's and her husband's first time in Hawaii. So we went to a luau. And then the next day we took it easy. Perfect, team. Go ahead and drop, shake it off. Same thing, opposite side. Go ahead and switch your weight over towards your left foot. Bring that right foot up behind you. Good, team. Oops, see, lost my balance. Good. And so the next day we took it easy. There's this tree on Kauai that's called rainbow eucalyptus trees. You can look this up. they look like somebody, they're trees, and they look like somebody splattered them with paint. Like the bark is like orange and green and all these really vibrant colors. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and come towards the front of your mat or towel. And go ahead and step just the right foot back right here as you come into a high lunge. Interlace the fingers behind the back right here. Pull the shoulders down and away. Good, maybe drop that back knee. Get that right hip flexor tucked up underneath you. So both hip opener and chest opener stretch right here. Hip opener is not the right word. Hip flexor stretch and chest opener stretch. Beautiful, team. But yeah, so my friends are like tree huggers, which we are too, so you know, it works out. So we went to an arboretum to see the rainbow eucalyptus trees. And then we went to, I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's like the Rudaksha forest, and it's like a sacred forest. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and open up those hands right here and pivot on the back foot. Open it up into warrior two. It's these sacred trees. There's only one in all of the USA, and the seeds are like a cobalt blue color. So we went to that, and then we were going to a waterfall. In the process, we stumbled upon another waterfall because it's Kauai. It's land of waterfalls and greenery and rainbows. So saw 2 waterfalls. It was amazing. Perfect. Go ahead and pivot on that back foot, step it up to meet the front. Same thing, opposite side right here. So go ahead and step just the left foot back right here. Come into a nice high lunge. This time interlace the fingers behind the back and place the opposite thumb on top. So the thumb that feels a little funky. Drop that back knee, get it nice and tucked up underneath you. That left hip tucked up underneath you. Good, team. And so, yeah, we just kind of took it easy on Saturday, and then Sunday was the race. It was glorious. And then both of us took a nap afterwards. Now we went to the jacuzzi and the pool in the evening time and put the jets like on our calves and feet. Felt amazing. Beautiful, team. And this little cue here to pull the shoulders down and away, because if you're like me, you forgot because you're lost in the story. Good. All right, when you're ready, team, go ahead and release the fingers. Open it up, pivot on that back foot, open it up into warrior two. So that was Sunday, and then Monday was our last day, and we were like, oh, what should we do? And we just drove around. I was like, oh, we haven't seen the north side yet. So we drove up to the north, went up to Honolulu and Princeville, the less touristy part of Kauai. Absolutely glorious. Good, team. I'll post those pictures too. The view was just, we went to this lunch spot, this vegan lunch spot, and it was like, just beautiful, the view from it. Then we went down and went to the beach, and gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and pivot on that back foot, step it up to meet the front right here. I'm gonna go ahead and come towards the middle for aesthetic purposes. You're gonna go ahead and place the feet either hip width apart or close together, your choice right here. As you hinge at the hips and come into a forward fold, just let everything go heavy. Keep a nice generous bend in those knees. Good, team. Flip the hair down. Good, you can grab onto the elbows and sway a little side to side. Just let everything go heavy right here. Beautiful. And so drove around the North Shore and then flew back to Oahu, and then our friends stayed with us for a few days and toured Oahu as well. So they got 2 islands on their first trip to Hawaii. Good. I don't think of myself as an Oahu expert, but I'm most knowledgeable on Oahu because I live here. So, you know, took them around to what I think are good things, cool spots that they would enjoy here. Good, team. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly roll it up, nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your time. What's the hurry? What's 5 extra seconds? Why not? Good, team. And then when you reach the top, we'll go ahead and meet in mountain pose. Feet together right here, palms face forward. And on an inhale, we'll say our farewells for today. So go ahead and bring both arms up and overhead. Giant namaste. Big clap, making that round of applause because you deserve it. And go ahead and bring both palms down to the third eye. If you guys enjoyed this workout, please hit the like and subscribe button because I have new workouts every single week, occasional new recipes, and always fun stories. Stay tuned for my Kauai recap, some highlights, some pictures in there. Otherwise, we'll say our farewells for today, team. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. I'll see you guys next time.